Hello, everyone. It's Sunday. We're a week away from the end of January, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about those goals or intentions, or even the vision boards that we created as a visual reminder of our goals for the year. I've myself begun to notice that I have a pattern in my life of avoidance behaviors that come about this time of year when I'm thinking, well, maybe tomorrow is a better day, or, I have more time next week. February, it's, just a week away. Why don't I just start February and make that my clean slate? I've noticed these avoidance behaviors, or what I like to call analysis paralysis, and they feel a lot like, well, procrastination, anxiety at thinking about starting a goal, and just generalized overwhelm at where do I start and how do I start doing something. Got to give ourselves a little bit credit with these goals. They're things that we have never done before. So you need to create a process. Creating a goal is not accomplishing a goal. There's a process in between, meaning there's steps or sub-steps in between. So I've created a 3-step process that I call SOS for help or self-help. And I'm going to show you how to go through these steps and get about going and creating those goals for 2023. Let's get started. Hey, here we are. I was talking about a 3-step process to get through the analysis paralysis and the avoidance behavior that happens to a lot of us when we think about working on our goals. And that stands for SOS, help. The first one is slow down. Take a breath. I know that sounds simple, but we often forget to just take that deep breath in when we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. And most importantly, taking that long, slow breath out. When we do that, take a long, slow breath out, it starts to slow down and regulate our nervous system. And this is really good for the thought process. The next step is opposite. What is the opposite feeling of what you're feeling now? So if I'm feeling overwhelm and analysis paralysis, the opposite feeling for me is flow. And just thinking about the word flow gets me out of my head and into my body. Things that I like to do that create flow for me are meditate. Anything with movements and creativity create a lot of flow for me. And then the next one is small. We live in a society that wants to take big steps. So take small steps. And I invite you, whatever you think is small, break that down into something smaller. I like to break things down into 3 sub-steps. So here I put down make a plan. This could just be a quick outline of the things you do know you will want to take towards reaching your goals. Organizing. This can be as simple as cleaning your workspace. For me, whenever I start a project, I have to clean it just to get the clutter and distractions away from me. And then the last one is commit to a start date. This will help you avoid postponing and doing more of those avoidance behaviors that I was talking about, the procrastination. If you commit to a start date and put it on your calendar, then you can get started. You can do these 3 action steps in a row on the same day. They're super easy, or you can plan them out in sequential days and just spread it out a little bit. The biggest objection I get from my clients at first is how am I ever going to get anywhere when I'm doing things so slowly and taking such small steps? And the reality is that is not the enemy of you creating and accomplishing your goal. The real opposition you're going to run into is taking on too much too fast. That could cause your brain to spin out into overwhelm or not even start. Just continue in the avoidance behavior, which I have noticed within myself. So I like to have processes that help me through this. Again, this process is called SOS, and I hope it helps you create your best 2023. Remember, it's a journey, and I love talking about this stuff. So if you ever want to reach out, my information is in the contact below, and I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great year.